isolation season, the period where nobody talks about. Hey, my name is Noma, and I help you, new business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, turn your skills into income. But first, let's talk about clarity. Let's talk about the isolation season, because that is actually where the clarity is from. If you're feeling stuck, unseen, or just feeling blah, this video will help you understand your season, how to move forward without losing your mind and motivation. So let's get into it. The isolation season, it is not a pretty season. It is not glamorous. It is a season where you are grinding alone. You feel like no one understands, and you're growing in silence. However, you are also no longer seeking validation, no longer who you used to be, but you're not yet where you're supposed to be. Sounds familiar? People skip this stage because this season sucks. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not easy. Most people quit right before the breakthrough, compare themselves, or even try to rush the process. But I'll be honest, when you are on the brink of giving up, that's exactly when that breakthrough moment happens. That's exactly when the blessings are released. There are a few reasons why the isolation season is so powerful for business. Number one, it is that you are no longer distracted. There is no pressure to perform, no opinions, no seeking validation. It's just you, your thoughts, and God, literally in a room together, just talking. This is where divine ideas are birthed. So then you also begin to hear your soul speak. You begin to figure out what type of business you want to create, what aligns with your soul. Who are you serving? You're asking yourself really important questions. What do I really want? What am I passionate about? What keeps calling me and I keep ignoring it? This is the season to answer your questions. The deep questions that's been hiding within you, that you've been sweeping under the rug because of the outside noise. Yes, the season may be sucky, but this season is also a season where you begin to see what you naturally do well. You recognize your gifts because there is no one in your ear. You don't have the opinions of others, of outside noise impacting or affecting what you naturally do and who you naturally are. This is also the area where you actually see what you naturally do well. There's a reason why people are coming to you in the first place. So this is where you put the ideas together, the questions, the answers that people have been coming up to you for. This is where you put them together and create an offer. Rush this season. I know it sucks. I know it's not glamorous. Your nails are probably not done. Your hair is not done. But let me tell you something. Let it build you. Let it refine you. Let it unravel the things that gives you that natural high, that turns you on. It's in you. It just has to come out. And now's the time for it to come out. What are you capable of? You have everything that you need, and you've been sleeping on yourself. You've been wanting to start a business. You've been wanting to publish a book and start teaching young adults how to do certain things. Now is the time to step fully in and embrace who you are now. Let it expose what no longer aligns with you. Let it create and build something within you that is sustainable and will break generational curses. Let it. This season, the isolation season, it is embarrassing. So why would I talk about my losses when social media embraces the wins and the 50K months, but you are sulking in pity because your car got repoed, or because you haven't had a client in 6 months, or because your business had to shut down, or because you got laid off, and the list goes on. It's embarrassing because online you do see the glitz and glams of the end result, the behind the struggle. They don't show you the actual struggle. So of course, nobody's going to show you them sleeping on a couch, them going from their parents' home, going from their own place to their parents' home. Nobody's going to show you that. Struggle is most definitely real. The quiet mornings, the late nights, the early mornings, nobody's going to talk about that. The rejections, the doubts, the failing, the redo. This actually makes you feel like you're failing, when in actuality you are being prepared. You're being prepared for something bigger. You're letting go of what's no longer serving you. So the isolation season doesn't have to feel lonely. Here's how I was able to use it. Number one is that I learned a lot, not only about myself, but about my business, my future endeavors, and so forth. I wanted to know everything that I could learn about my future self. I wanted to embody her. I wanted to walk like her, talk like her, breathe like her, smell and look like her. I was doing everything I could to learn my business as a whole, what I needed to learn, the things that I had to unlearn, such as procrastination, self-doubt, not trusting God on His word. I had to learn how to affirm myself with the word, so I memorized scriptures. I had to also work on my time management, because when you are managing yourself as a CEO, you are a CEO, so therefore you're managing yourself. When you are managing yourself, no one is going to tell you to rest. Nobody is going to tell you to send that email out. You are responsible. It is up to you whether you want to be successful or not. Okay, so I had to learn how to incorporate time management and rest. Rest is not a luxury. It is holy. It is mandatory, especially when you are building something that's sustainable. God called you to it, so He's expecting you to manage it, to steward it, to sustain it. We can't steward and sustain something that is burning us out. So we want to make sure that we are learning the right tools and assessments and systems, and incorporating the systems needed in order for us to maintain and steward well what He has given us. So that was a part of my learning, and it still is an ongoing learning process. In private, I did a lot of testing ideas. I had so many ideas. I actually still do, but I wanted to be smart. I don't want to put my hands in every cookie jar. I wanted to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and not what feels good or not what's trending, because obviously those are not sustainable. I wanted to build something that's sustainable. I wanted to see how my systems reflect in my life, how the business works with my lifestyle, and so forth. So when it comes to testing ideas, what types of business models that I want to incorporate, and whether this idea will flow well with this other idea, it is so important to take your time and refine and refine and refine. So when you are testing ideas, you are also going to run into clarity, because without the ideas, which will end up being the products and the offers, you'll end up finding out who you're meant to serve and sell to, who needs your product. And this is where clarity stepped in. Clarity is so important when you are building the foundation of your business. Without clarity, you will be speaking to everyone. Everyone is not going to like your business. And I had to understand that when I had my previous businesses in the past, I was selling to everyone. Yes, I was making sales, but I was so burnt out. I was burnt out. And mind you, I love business. I love all things business. I love content marketing, social media, etc. But I'm like, why am I burnt out over something that I love to do? I was trying to sell to everyone and the dog. And you will soon realize that you have to clarify who it is you're selling to, who you're speaking to, or you're going to be running in circles just for a few dollars. So hone in on your messaging, your products. Clarify who you're selling to. What do they need from you? What problem do they need to solve? I skipped those questions and went straight to I need money. That was the mistake. So I'm letting you know, don't skip those clarity questions. If you need help in identifying your target audience, your niche, who you're selling to and what you want to sell, click that link in my bio for the Business Clarity Blueprint. It is a 4 PDF bundle. Yes, it's a lot, but it's no fluff. Okay, so if you need to know who you're selling to and what you want to start selling If you need help on the products or services, that is the perfect bundle for you. So when you finally launch your business, you are now confident because you've done the work, inner and outer work. You found your audience, you found your product, you've honed in on your messaging. Now you are confident enough to show up on camera and talk. So this is exactly how I was able to grow my digital product business and be able to see my clients go from invisible to visible because of the work I did behind the scenes. So again, you are not failing, you're preparing. This season was built for you to succeed if you use it right. Frame isolation. It's your time to grow where nobody else sees. You can show up fully when your time comes.